Ecotourism is growing in the area, and the watershed and creeks in the area are vital attractions. Andrea Young owns a bed and breakfast on Little Muncie Creek, a nearby stream. This stream isn't yet as clean as the Loyalsock, she says.
Yes, I have a bed and breakfast, which is located on the Little Muncie, and we call it Creekview Country Cottage because I figure that the greatest feature we have is the creek and the ambiance that gives to the whole environment. Most of my customers, our guests, are people who come specifically to our area and to our bed and breakfast for the beauty of the area. They recognize what a treasure it is. The clean streams and the clean air are really an attraction. The nature that environment and that habitat provides is really wonderful. We see many turkey, we see many deer, we see all sorts of creatures, including raptors, and it's marvelous. Most of the fishermen that come catch and release those fish. I have guests who come and sit in the stream. Honest to goodness, they sit in the stream on lawn chairs and enjoy. If you're quiet for a while, you'll see all sorts of creatures come by. And if you're not, you might be sipping wine and having a nice time. I feel that our bed and breakfast is a low-impact, good quality ecotourism that allows the people to come from other parts of the state, other parts of the U.S., even other parts of the world to enjoy the serenity and the quality of life that we have here, the clean environment and the beauty of the stars at night and the creatures during the day, the sound of the water.
Other businesses have located here when they could have gone anywhere, simply because of the beauty and recreational opportunities that the area offers. Richard Allen is a national business leader who chose to locate here.
Probably important to know that while I originally grew up here, I spent more than 30 years outside of this area. And I came back here in the mid-90s, moved my business here because of the very favorable business climate. And one of the reasons the business climate is so favorable and we can hire good people and get them to stay here is the kind of recreation that's available as well as the natural beauty. And the Loyalsock is absolutely primo relative to that. We are very blessed to have a number of good streams. Pine Creek, of course, is very well known. And we like to canoe that every year, but the Loyalsock is equally as attractive. And we get, personally, my wife and I get out on the Loyalsock every year. And we think that this kind of resource is very important to our ability to attract and keep good people working for us. Well, it's just one of the most beautiful spots. We usually, we put in as far north as Forksville and come down as far as here. And it's just absolutely a gorgeous stream. Unspoiled by commercial or industrial development.
The Loyalsock Creek area is also an important historical area. Bill Poulton, president of the Muncie Historical Society, showed me the Scott family graveyard, where Revolutionary War heroes are buried, and the scene of an important battle between the early settlers and Native Americans.
Well, we're in a cemetery, and what's interesting about the cemetery, this is the Scott family graveyard. What's important to the cemetery in our community is in 1778, 1779, when the Indians swept down Loyalsock into the Williamsport, Muncie area, burning everything in front of them, my wife's great-great-great-grandparents lived here on this farm, and Henry Scott is buried here. These are true American Revolutionary War heroes, and we would hate to see that legacy and this beautiful spot be compromised. In 1778-1779 period, when the Indians swept down this valley, there was a grist mill about a half mile up the road here, and they had a conch shell. And the alert was, when you hear the conch shell, take cover, because they knew the Indians were coming. They were amassing up here in the hills. It was only a matter of time. And as it swept down the valley, burning everything in front of them, the Scott family and the people from the grist mill took shelter here in this cemetery. And the reason they did that is that the Indians were superstitious and they wouldn't go anywhere near an existing cemetery. So the safest place to be was right here in this cemetery. As all the homes, the 3 or 4 homes around them, burned to the ground, the Indians swept around them here, too fearful of going into the cemetery. And they made it through.
This area is called the Gateway to the Pennsylvania Wilds. Harvey Katz and Ann Harris Katz explain what the Pennsylvania Wilds area is and just how important it is. The beauty of the area is one of the reasons Ann and Harvey decided to retire here.
We retired here for basically two reasons. One reason, it has to do with the environment. The recreational aspect of the area, the beauty of the area, the combination of the mountains, the streams, the lakes, the ability to get into a metropolitan area for cultural aspects of that type of area, but not have to go very far to get out of it, so that you can get into the woods, you can go hiking on a mountain easily. That was one reason why we decided to retire here. And the other was because we realized when the time came to retire that because we could go anywhere, and we looked for about 5 years at various places around Pennsylvania and into Maryland, and decided that there wasn't any place any more beautiful than here. And all of our friends were here.